So here's a question for you. Has CX bidding and feedback had its day? Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Remember, subscribing is free. It just means that you get to know exactly when I've got more videos out. Not that I put loads out, but it'll let you know. So yeah, quick question for you. Has bidding on the CX had its day? And has feedback had its day? And the reason why I ask this question is, well, we'll do the feedback thing first. The CX is supposed to be a platform which is there to give feedback. It's an exchange, that's the idea. You know, you do work for a shipper, they leave you feedback. Likewise, you as a driver give the shipper feedback. Now, as a driver, I can honestly, hand on heart, say I have given feedback to every single shipper that I've worked for. Every single one. And always do it once payments come through. I'll leave feedback. Now, I don't always get feedback back. Now, in a funny way, it's probably more important for the drivers to have the feedback. You know, as a driver, you look at jobs that come up and you tend to look at the feedback that other shippers have got. There are a few shippers out there that if it's had quite a few big bits of feedback, you probably wouldn't even bid on a job. But I think from a driver's point of view, surely if a shipper's picking a driver, they would pick them based upon their feedback and how much they've had. Now, I don't always get feedback, and I don't know why. Tends to be the bigger companies, I have to say. The smaller companies always seem to give me feedback. Sorry, I just switched the engine off a minute. You know, some of the guys that I work for regular and everything give me feedback. You know, there's one of the shippers that I do a lot of work for. He literally, as soon as I finish the job, he gives me feedback. So, yeah, we don't seem to get it back. So then as an exchange, you've got to ask yourself the question, what is the point? What is the point in any kind of feedback on the exchange if it's not actually being used that much? It feels like at the moment, from a shipper's point of view, they're not necessarily too bothered about the feedback. And I say that with respect, because I think there are, again, some of the smaller shippers who absolutely need good drivers to go and be their customer face, as it were. And I think they pick very, very carefully. But the big shippers, I'm not so sure they do. I think they're just quite happy to get the job done. But I don't know. That's out for debate. You let me know what you think about it. And bidding. Is bidding dead in the water? Now, there's a few shippers, one in particular, and if you've been on the platform a while, you'll know who I'm talking about, who actually post the price on the job. Now, in some respects, that's quite good, because at least you can see what they're willing to pay. And in some cases, not all cases, it's worth doing a job. It's decent pay and it's a going rate. But in a lot of cases, it isn't. Having said that, if you're wanting to get out somewhere or get home from somewhere, it might be the right job for you. Who knows? But what that does is it stops people bidding. And it's supposed to be a bidding platform. That's the idea. Now, in regards to bidding, at the moment, I think it's fair to say, most of us out there will agree, that the bidding is very, very up and down at the moment. Shippers I talk to say that they're getting ridiculous quotes in from a really expensive point of view, but also from a cheap point of view as well. And I think it's fair to say that most of us feel like jobs are being given to the person who bids the cheapest. Not always the best thing, you would have thought. Who knows? So then from the CX point of view, I just wonder, should it be a bidding platform anymore? Should it just be a platform where shippers tell how much they want to pay and you apply for it like some of the other platforms? Again, please put comments on. Let me know what you think, because it just feels like at the moment you can't weigh the bidding up. It's very, very difficult to figure out what kind of price to go in at. Pence per mile seems to have gone out the window a little bit, particularly in the big vans. Talking to a few guys, and I think shippers are moving more towards getting drivers that they know and they trust. I've got shippers that come to me for work, and they come to me because they know they can trust me to get the job done, rather than putting it out there on the CX and the job not getting done right. It feels like people are moving away from the CX from a bidding point of view, but I think they're still using the platform to put the jobs on and to obviously do the payment and the tracking and all that kind of thing. But it feels a bit dead in the water. Anyway, that's my opinion. That's my thought. Just wondering what you guys think about it. There's no doubt about it, the CX is still well populated. There's plenty of drivers on there, there's plenty of shippers. There is still quite a bit of work on there. It does feel like it's dried up a bit this year. But again, I think that's because shippers are ringing drivers directly rather than putting it out there for anyone to bid on. So bidding, is it dead in the water? Should the CX move away from it? And feedback, is it really worth it? Because let's face it, there can be a bit of tit for tat on the feedback. Anyway, let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Let's open the discussion. Thanks for watching. See you all soon.